Gente, ¿cómo nos encontramos con the coolest girl ever, Chloë Grace Moretz? How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm really excited to see you in a new sci-fi film. Everybody in Mexico loves you, and everyone is asking when I'm going to see Chloë in a new film. Nos encontramos también con Alex, the most badass guy on the film. How are you, man?
Thank you. I like that title of the most badass guy on the film. I'll take that.
I know you're human.
How?
Because if you were one of them, you would have shot me already.
You have love, you have action, you have emotion. How do you feel with that?
It makes me happy. You know, it makes me happy to see such a dimensional film being portrayed with young adults. You know, I think that's so nice for all of us to see, and it's refreshing and exciting, and I'm just proud to be a part of it. First, they took our power, throwing the world into chaos.
Yeah, and that's what's so great. That the more people I talk to about it that have seen it, because you worry whether people are going to actually pick up on the different elements that it has. But it's great to hear that people are picking up on those elements of that it's got the sci-fi elements, but it's also got the drama. Like you've got a character who's trying to get over the loss of her dad and the loss of her mum and try and save her little brother's life.
Yeah, they keep her on your toes with that. Yeah, I'm very excited for people to see it too. I hope that they see the same thing that you did in it. That would be great.
Then they took our cities, laying everything to waste.
And it's a really young book. It came out in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, and it has already a feature film. So how do you feel with this? What's your opinion with these books that come out and already have a feature film?
I think it's exciting. I think if the book deserves it, why not? You know what I mean? I think that if it's a great property, you know, it's a great story, and it needs to be told, then even if it's not even on if it's not on stands yet, why not?
It's very exciting. I think it gives you a lot of freedom too, and also it gives you something to look forward to. And I guess if you know the stories that you're going to tell, it also gives you some prep time too, which is nice.
Next, they took our lives with an unstoppable airborne virus.
I think it's like if people can imagine it being made into a film, then it doesn't matter how long it's been. Like I think obviously some of the best books are older books, but I think if a book kind of speaks to people in like a filmic way, and I think the way that Rick Yancey wrote the story is kind of very filmic. So yeah, I think it makes sense.
Worst of all, they took control. The others were already among us, exterminating anyone who survived.
What's the moment where you are reading and you're like, how are you going to do this?
I think one of the moments that stands out is basically the big reveal when Zombie and the rest of the squad find out exactly what's going on, and that was one of the things that I was very curious how we were going to accomplish. How do you approach that?
And you read it?
Yes, of course. You know, it's a very cinematic book. When you read the book, you can picture every single scene, every single moment. It's incredibly thought-provoking in that sense, very visual. So for me, the entire time reading the book, I was like, I can literally see the scenes, and I can, especially with the convenience store scene, like I saw that scene in my head when I read it in the book, and I knew exactly what it looked like. And then when we were filming it, Jay and I both looked at each other, the director and I looked at each other, and we were like, this is exactly what we'd imagined this scene to be like. So.
We can't trust anyone anymore. How are we supposed to fight the others if we don't know what they are?
How much liberty do you have to make this character your own?
Like I think we had conversations to try and get to the bottom of Evan Walker, like conversations with Jay Blakeson, the director, and he was very meticulous and very smart about the way that he approached who Evan was and what the struggle that he is. And then conversations with Chloë as well about the relationship with him and Cassie. There's freedom there. Like obviously you want to kind of have the idea of what the character is, the kind of the core of what the character is, and then you can play with it from there. And hopefully the people that read the book are gonna see what they imagined in some way, shape or form.
I think that we both really wanted, because we were both fans of the book to begin with, I think we both really wanted to do the book justice and not stray too far away, but obviously you have to do some things for emotionality and kind of to show some different dimension in the characters. Just cinematically, we had to manipulate a couple scenes, but you know, we were both on the same page, you know, with changing some things and not changing other things.
I think that you always have to have your own interpretation of it, and you know, I hope that interpretation falls in line with what the fans are hoping for. And I think every time you take on a character, you put a little piece of yourself in there. Right. So that otherwise it just kind of, I think, it's a little bit flat.
I gotta get my brother.
I'll get you there.
You don't know anything about him.
The others took Sam, and I'm gonna go get him.
I love how all the characters are really badass. They're all running, they're all crying, they're shooting. How was that a challenge for you?
It was a lot of fun. I mean, I think it was definitely a very physically taxing role in the sense that we were really outside, up against the elements every day. You know, in the rain and the cold, and then it became snow, and then we were like hiding the snow in the shots, and you know, we were just trying to stay warm. So it was definitely a physically demanding role, but it was exciting.
It was more physical than even Jurassic. It was very involved, but they put us through a fair amount of training beforehand to prep us. I think that there's a lot of very strong female leads in this, Chloë and Micah, and they're both definitely badass. So I don't know if I want to say role models, because you don't want to be running around with the M16, but I think that they are definitely some characters that people can look up to.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Chloë. I'm very excited talking to you.
If the fifth wave succeeds, humanity will be wiped from the face of the earth.
Son perdedores, no tienen ninguna característica especial, no son guapos, no son amados, no son Thor, no son Brad Pitt. Son personajes muy normales.